Welcome to Monday Morning Inspiration, and today's topic is the courage to risk failing. Whew, what a big subject. Now I'm working with several people at the moment, and they are bringing new projects into the world. They're making new things happen that have never happened before, and I've always loved this idea of being on an adventure. But I don't know about you, but we tend not to think of business and leadership as being adventures. They're supposed to be kind of guaranteed things that are going to work out. And yet I think as human beings we have a deep craving in our soul for a sense of adventure. So these leaders that I'm working with are on their own adventure, and I can really relate to that myself. I took the risk to leave a safe corporate career over 30 years ago to start my own business, and it felt like a real adventure. But boy, have there been some difficult times along the way. I was just watching something on television this morning, an actress talking about, the courage it takes to risk failing in what you're doing. I just thought, isn't that so true, that we're so afraid of failing at times that we don't even try. And I don't know about you, my experience of failure is not pleasant. Either feeling like we've failed, which is often not, we haven't always failed, but sometimes we feel like we've failed. It's a horrible feeling. It's something that most people would do anything to avoid, is either feeling that they have failed, or what we often do is confuse it and feeling that we are failures. I think it takes such courage to risk embarking on some kind of adventure, especially in business and in leadership, where there is a significant risk that it won't work. But here's the key thing, I think. If you approach it with the willingness to learn from everything rather than judge, to accept that sometimes you might feel like you have failed, but that isn't necessarily the end of the story. It's just a temporary phase you're going through, that there can be the chapter afterwards, the next phase. Often I've felt something was a failure only to realise that it wasn't. I was just in a temporary phase when I thought all hope was lost. I don't know if you know Joseph Campbell and the hero's journey idea, but he often talks about, when we embark on an adventure and on a journey, we often reach a point where we think all hope is lost. This is never going to work out. This is doomed to failure. But that isn't usually the end of the story. But that's where most of us give up. And often we don't even go there in the first place because we're afraid we're going to hit that all hope is lost kind of time, and it's just too painful to face. So really the purpose of this video is just to encourage you, to honour you, and to inspire you on to keep going with projects where there is a risk of failure, but also to realise there's a risk of success, a risk of things really working out, if you like, of things going really well. So I honour you for embarking on whatever adventure you're on and sticking to whatever adventure you're on. If you'd like to have a conversation to keep you motivated and inspired and keeping going, always happy to have a chat. Nick@IamNickWilliams.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.